Welcome back, kindergarten writers. It's me, Mrs. Schoonerman, and we're off for some more writing adventures together today. So, yesterday, if you remember correctly, we did an informational writing piece, and it was all about bats. We drew a diagram of a bat, and we labeled the different parts of bats, and then we wrote a fact about bats, and then I sent you on your way to tell us about bats, another fact about bats. But today we move on to a new topic. And this topic you can find down on the farm, and you might be familiar with it going cock-a-doodle-doo and helping wake people up. These things also lay eggs if it's a girl, and the girls go cluck, 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 cluck. What am I talking about? What are we gonna do today? What are we learning about? Chickens! Yes, we're talking about chickens. So we're gonna look at the different parts of a chicken, and we're gonna learn some cool facts about chickens, and then we're gonna create an informational writing piece all about chickens. So the first thing we'll do, we'll watch a video, and then we'll go ahead and start our writing piece. Before we do so, let us read our learning target. So today's learning target is, I can draw and label a picture or a diagram of a chicken, and then write 2 facts about them. And let's review what's going to be on this informational writing piece that we create. Well, we'll make sure that it has, first and foremost, a title. The title, remember, is just telling our reader what is our writing piece all about. That's what we write the title, why we write the title. Next, we will make sure we add a diagram to our informational writing piece, which just means we're going to make a picture of what it is that we're talking about. So today's diagram will be a picture of a chicken. And then we will label that diagram, telling our reader the different parts of the chicken. And then we will write some facts about chickens. The facts are different sentences that tell things that we can prove about chickens, things that we learn about chickens. Remember, a fact is something that we can prove. It's something we can prove. Whereas an opinions are something that is personal to us. Opinions are things that we think or we feel about different topics. But a fact is the same across the board. No matter what, you can prove it about it. So we're going to listen very carefully in the video about chickens. We're going to pay attention to the different parts. So keep your looking eyes ready. Look at those chickens. See what you see. And then I want you to listen for some different facts about chickens. And then when the video is all done, we will get writing. But now it's time. We're going to watch our video to learn a little more about chickens. You ready? Me too. Here we go.
Do you know what makes that sound? A rooster makes it. A rooster is a male chicken. And that's a hen. A hen is a female chicken. Chickens are birds. They all have feathers, and they all have wings. But they can't fly very high or very far. Chickens have a soft, fleshy red crest on their head called a comb. They also have a waddle that hangs down. Chickens walk around on skinny legs and have claws on their feet. And did you know there are all kinds of chickens? Some chickens have colorful feathers. Some have fluffy feathers. And some have plumes of feathers right on top of their heads. But no matter what they look like as adults, every chicken starts its life inside an egg.
Well, cock-a-doodle-doo and cluck, cluck, cluck. That was a lot of fun. I liked learning some cool facts about chickens. Now it's time. I want you to make sure, go ahead, go get your pencil if you don't already have it, Get a piece of paper. And then we are going to start writing together. So if you don't have a pencil and a piece of paper, pause the video, stop the video, and then start it back up again when you have it, and we will get writing about chickens together. Okay, now that you got your pencil and your paper, it is time to get writing. So we will start off with our title. The title, remember, on our informational writing piece, it just tells our reader what's it all about. Today is all about chickens. So that's our title today, all about chickens. So remember, all, that's the first word we're going to write. So write with me. You ready? Here we go. All, A-L-L, all, leave a finger space, about, that's the next word. That starts with an A. B. Your B is next. That's an O. There is a U. It's really hard to hear that. So just so you know, there's a U that's next. O, U, about. What do you hear at the end? It's a T. Okay, now it's time to write the word chicken. Okay, so the CH digraph. So go ahead, write your C, H, I, chick, C. And guess what? It's a C, and there's a K. So add a K as well. Chick, all about chick. That's not what it's all about. It's about chickens. And so it ends in the word, in the letters E, N, all about chicken. It's not all about chicken, it's about chickens. We want to make this plural, about all the chickens. So how do we make a word plural? Add an S. Add an S. And now the title says all about chickens. If you need more time, pause the video, start it up when you're ready. Otherwise, time for our diagram. Next part, we're going to draw our picture of a chicken. I'm going to start my chicken off with his beak and the head. Now, I also heard that they have this thing on their heads, the boys and the girls, called a comb. A comb. You know combs, like what we use to brush our hair, comb our hair with. But chickens have a comb on top of their head. How cool is that? So comb, and then they also said they've got this thing that hangs from their neck. Do you remember what that was called? It's called a waddle. A waddle. So I'm going to add the waddle down here. There we go. And then that chicken has got a body, a big, that's covered in feathers. Okay, so the body of my chicken. All right, let's see. We're going to kind of have, so here's the head, and here comes the body. It's got a little tail feather at the back there. There. And I heard chickens have wings. I also heard it's a fact that they can't fly very far and they can't fly very high, but chickens have wings. So we want to make sure we give our chickens some wings. There's one wing, and then I know there's another wing on the other side, but this is a side profile of a chicken. So I'm just going to make a little wing hanging out there. So chickens have two wings, and then I was watching really carefully when they were talking about the feet. They said they have skinny legs, so skinny or thin legs, but then they have at the bottoms sharp claws. How neat. So I'm going to make some sharp little chicken feet, sharp little chicken claws down there. There we go. Chickens love to like scratch in the dirt with their little chicken talons, their little chicken claws. So here's my chicken. That chicken can't see anything, so I'm going to add an eye. There's this chicken eye. And friends, I think that's about it. I think that's all. Oh, maybe I could add some lines here to show that chickens are covered in feathers. Whoa. And then later on, when you get out crayons, colored pencils or markers, whatever you have at home, you could add some high quality details. You could color the comb all red. You could color the Waddle red. If I went back and added high quality details, I would also color my beak. I would color in my chicken. Maybe I would make if this was a hen, I would color her all brown. Or if you were drawing one of those colorful roosters, you could add in all the beautiful colors that we saw in the rooster. Or remember, you can always rewind the video and go watch that chicken video all over again so that you can see the chicken and add more details later. It's up to you. Otherwise, we're gonna move on to the labels. Okay, so we kind of just talked about all those labels, but it's time to write the words down. Because guess what? Before I watched that video, did you know something? I didn't know what that was called. I never even heard of this before. I didn't know that. So this thing, you remember, it was called a comb. So that's the first thing we're gonna label. So draw a line from the comb, and it's time to spell it. Comb. C. O. Comb. M. And then this is really silly. There is a B at the end. You cannot hear that B. I don't know, but it's there. This is how to spell comb. C-O-M-B. Comb. All right. Next thing I want to label is that little thing that dangles from their chin, from their neck. And that is called the waddle. It's called the waddle. And this is how to spell waddle. Let's listen to the beginning sound. I bet you know this one. W, w. Yes, write a W down. W. W. Wa, a. Wattle. There's a T. And add another T. Wattle. L. And then at the end, there is an E at the end of that word. Waddle. Okay, next, let's go ahead and label the beak. Okay, so I'm going to draw a line from the beak. Here we go. Beak. B. You hear that B at the beginning? B. E. K. It sounds like a K is next, but don't be tricked. There's actually an A snuck in there, and then a K at the end. B-E-A. Beak. And then that K is at the end. Oh, the last thing I'm going to label with you are the claws. The claws. The claws on its little toes, on its feet. So here's how, let's spell the word claws together. Claws. Ooh, ah. Okay, we've got some sounds that we can hear. C. Cool, cool, L. Claw, A. And the rest of this word, claws, I don't hear it in there, but it's a tricky word. The way to spell it is actually with a W. Claws, and then an S. All right. Now, friends, there are a bunch of other things that still need to be labeled. So, what if someone doesn't know what these are? We didn't label those. That's your job. When the video is done, I want to make sure that you go ahead, label the wings. You label the wings. Try to label what chickens are all covered in. What are they covered in? Fur? No. Do they have like like snake skin? Are they covered in scales? No. What's all over a chicken? Feathers, yes. So I want you at home, label the feathers after the video is done. That's your challenge. I want you to try to label feathers, wings, and then you pick one more. So at the very end of the video, pick 3 more things to label on your chicken. Other than that, we're moving on. Time for the last part. Time for our fact. And that video that we watched together was full of fun facts about chickens. So we've kind of talked about it already. What are boy chickens called? The boys are the ones that say cock-a-doodle-doo, roosters. The girl chickens, hens. We learned in the video that chickens are covered in feathers, that chickens have wings. We learned that chickens, they can fly, but not very far and not very high. A chicken kind of just, and then it kind of comes back down. They're not flying in the air like you see other birds doing. There's also a ton of different kinds of chickens too, with different kinds of feathers. Like that one that had that really wacky hair on top of his head. Those ones are so fun looking. I like those chickens. But yeah, what I do want to write is one fact with you, and then you get to choose one fact at the very end of the video to go and write. The fact that we're going to write together is that chickens have wings. That's our fact that we'll write together. Chickens have wings. Chickens have wings. Chickens have wings. That's our fact. Okay, remember, as a good writer, we start our sentence with a capital. So it needs to be a capital for chickens. So I hear that CH digraph, but guess what? It's only the C that you're going to use a capital letter for. Then the next letter is lowercase. Ch. So far we've spelled chick. C-H-I-C-K. Chick. Ends. That's ends in an E. N. Chickens. So make it plural. So we're talking about more than one chickens. Chickens have, leave a finger space. Good writers make sure they leave a finger space when they go to write a new word. So this is a word. Now it's time for the next word. And the next word is have. Have. Hear that H? A. Have. V. And then add an E at the end. Chickens have, leave a finger space because a new word is starting. Chickens have wings. Woo, woo. I hear a W. Wing. Do you hear that ending sound? Ing, ing, ing. What 3 letters say ing? Maybe you remember, but if you don't, it's okay. That's why we're here. We keep practicing. Wing. The 3 letters that make that sound ing are I, N, G. Ing. When we add a W to the beginning of the word, it's wing. Chickens have wing. I like that I went back and I read this sentence because let's see if that sounds right. Chickens have wing. Wing. I don't know about you, but I don't see chickens out there with one wing. No, they have 2 wings. So we need to add an S. Remember, when we add an S to a word, it means there's more than one. So when we add an S, it makes it a plural. Now it's chickens have wings. And there's one more thing that needs to happen at the end of this sentence. Come on, tell me what it is. What do we do when we're done with a thought? You add punctuation. So we're going to add a period to the end of our sentence because that's what good writers do. So we wrote our fact, but there's still one fact missing, and I really am excited to see what fact you choose to add to your picture. So it's time. It's time for you to go ahead, add 3 more labels. You can choose, I want you to try to label the wings, label the feathers, and then choose one more part. Maybe you're going to choose to label the eye, maybe the head, maybe the body, maybe its tail, maybe its legs. Add 3 more labels, and then add 1 more fact. And then when you're done with that, have an adult take a picture and send it to your teacher so that we can see what you know about chickens and we can see all the great writing that you've been up to. Thank you so much, my friends, for coming and doing some writing with me again today. And I can't wait to see you again tomorrow for some more writing. Till then, bye-bye.